For the desires of the flesh are against the spirit, and the desires of the spirit are against the flesh. For these are opposed to each other, to keep you from doing the things you want to do. I'll explain later how I perceive this verse and the connection to the problem I had and what many people have in wanting to change their health, their life. These are pictures of parts of the process I'm on now. One of those pictures go back as far as 2011. This is when I hit the fattest and the unhealthiest I've ever been in my life. October 2011, I reached a high of 178 pounds or 81 kilograms. It was bad. My wife complained I snored too much and too loud. I didn't sleep well because air wasn't flowing while breathing during sleep, hence the snoring. My blood pressure was high, at times 135/85. Because of the bad sleep, I had migraines. I was taking headache medicine almost every other day, and what hurt me the most was I couldn't hang playing ball. This went on for years. I knew how bad it was and always wanted to do something about it, but just couldn't find the spirit to. Until November 2015. That was the beginning of this 4-year process, nearly 4-year process. So I was heading for my part-time evening job, running a little late and didn't eat dinner yet. Didn't have time to sit for a meal, so I thought about just a little snack and a drink. I was hungry when I got home, but I just held on to the next day. I checked the scale to see if anything changed, and it did. It went down almost 2 pounds or like 1 kilogram. So this wasn't the best way to get healthy, but it gave me a realization that I can change. In the beginning, I wanted change bad. I have to admit that I lost weight an unhealthy way. I just thought to myself, don't eat and just run. It was bad. I lost weight but also lost muscle. I felt weak and I wasn't physically where I imagined to be. So I started reading and searching things on the internet. Started working out more, gaining muscle, and felt a little better. However, around 2017, I wasn't reaching the goal I imagined for myself. I was struggling with gaining weight and losing it, and no noticeable changes. Until a few months ago, I decided to greatly decrease the amount of refined carbs I ate. Two major points I'm trying to say are, number one, these programs or machines or medicines stating you can lose weight fast are all either unhealthy lies just to profit off of you or show you other people's results where they leave out key info such as the food to eat or not to eat and the time and dedication and commitment, struggles, issues, and power needed to reach significant results. They leave you with no guidance for each and every step of the way. They don't tell you the obstacles or issues, and it's deceiving you, making you feel like it's some kind of miracle or something. So my second major point is regarding the verse I recited earlier. For the desires of the flesh are against the spirit, and the desires of the spirit are against the flesh. For these are opposed to each other, to keep you from doing the things you want to do. People have the problem of wanting to do something such as get healthy, lose fat, get stronger, build muscle, etc. And in their mind, they know they should, they wish, and they pray they could, but they can't, and they don't know why. Here is where I want to try and help. So this verse is quite true, as we can see with people wanting to get healthy. In the case of the Bible, it's more about staying away from the so-called sins. And the Bible solution in the following verses of that chapter is to be of the Spirit. By belonging to Christ or following Christ, and by doing that, our flesh or sins are crucified, or in other words, sacrificed. So now, I know many of us have a belief in God or a God, and I know many of us have faith in that God. We trust that God. We pray and ask that God to do things for us and to help us. And we close our eyes really hard and envision that God is fixing or answering those problems or situations we have. We walk about with confidence and hope and trust that everything will be better, almost like we know for sure things will get better. In the case of getting healthy, If our spirit or mind is in conflict with our flesh or our body, then how do we even begin to break that spell and envision and pursue that change we want in our life? Well, to me, I believe the answer is in that verse, but with a different perception. Like the verse, we should be filled with the Spirit, or rather the mind. But instead of having trust, faith, belief, and confidence in that God, we must also have that same strong trust, faith, belief, and confidence in ourselves. Faith in ourselves. In a sense, please don't misconstrue what I'm going to say, but we must imagine that we are like that God. If we put all that energy, thought, visioning, hope, trust, power towards ourselves, directed towards ourselves, then we will have that spirit, that mind that is our own spirit. So now this spirit is somewhat tangible. We can see this spirit because this spirit is us. We are that spirit that we trust and believe and we have faith in, making it more controllable, where we can command the flesh or the body what to do, and at the same time create a balance where when the body or organs are healthier, it can be in tune and attuned with the mind or spirit. So if the body reacts to some problem, the mind will listen, and if the mind reacts to some problem, the body will listen. This is the balance and what I think is the solution to breaking out of that spell and to start getting you into changing your lives.